Hi there, I'm Radiachar. I've been playing Vermintide for quite a while. I have some 300 hours in Vermintide 1 and experience playing Storm Vermin, Mutation, and Onslaught. I have another 300 hours in Vermintide 2, and I've been playing Vermintide 2 since the game's beta. I'm in Corellian in Vermintide 1, and I've spent the vast majority of my time in Vermintide 2 playing her Handmaiden career. Now that the Winds of Magic beta has been released, I wanted to take an in-depth look at the shield and spear and its strengths, weaknesses, and use cases. It's an interesting variant on the spear, but I don't think it quite stacks up to its competitors, the spear and the one-handed axe, in higher difficulties. The spear and shield has a unique moveset that's actually fairly narrow in its current state. Your light attack chain is a series of 3 stabs, with a short delay after the 3rd stab. These all have the same damage, similar hurtbox angles, and similar speeds. It's very similar to the solo spears, if the solo spear didn't have the light sweep attack in the chain. It has a shove typical of shield weapons, with high stamina and a large effective angle. Its shove stab attack is another thrust, with the same damage value as a normal light attack. The heavy attacks are where the most variety shows. The first heavy attack is a staggering horizontal sweep from the right. Nothing combos into this attack, and it can only be initiated from neutral. The second heavy attack is a vertical head bop, perfect for hitting headshots on Storm Vermin and Chaos Warriors. It has the highest damage value of any of the weapon's attacks by far. The only move that chains into it is the first heavy, so you can't skip right to it. The third and final heavy attack is a strong thrust, just like the solo spear's heavy. It doesn't seem to stagger much, doesn't cleave many enemies, and has a damage value somewhere in between the other 2 heavies. Any light attack or shove stab will always combo into this. Typically in combat with hordes or mixed armor, your combo will boil down to 2 moves. You'll shove enemies to stagger them, pause a beat to reset your combo, and use the first heavy attack to hit enemies with a cleaving, staggering sweep. Rinse and repeat. In Champion and higher difficulties, the thrust attacks leave you dangerously vulnerable and have relatively little impact on the battlefield. The second heavy attack can be useful to headshot dangerous enemies mixed in, such as Berserkers or Storm Vermin, but often you won't get a break from shoving and sweeping. The best way to do this is to find a rhythm, where you hold right mouse to block, click and hold left mouse to shove, and rapidly release right mouse before the shove completes so you don't use the shove stab move. If you do accidentally shove stab, your next heavy would be a thrust and you'd have to start over. Mobility tends to be quite limited on shield weapons, and the clumsy horde clear means that you might have serious issues if you get surrounded and can't immediately dash out. I found taking the talent that lets you dodge through enemies will ensure you have an escape from any situation, even when your many other escapes are taxed to the breaking point. This is especially important on Cataclysm, because Berserkers and Plague Monks take your stamina away so fast you can quickly find a position untenable and be forced into retreat. Going by the damage values from the dummies in the keep, your best DPS combo against single target armor is to chain heavies. Light attack spam has very low DPS against armor compared to spamming heavies, and it's much easier and more productive to land overhead headshots. Thus, for the most part, your gameplay pattern is constrained to one attack, and it's a slightly complicated to use attack. Sometimes when you're fighting a Chaos Warrior or Beastigore all by himself, you'll switch to spamming heavy attacks. Other moves are too inefficient, ineffective, and unsafe to use. I think there are a few ways the weapon could be improved. The easiest route would be to change the push stab move from a thrust to a sweep. The downside here is how this homogenizes the weapon with other classic handmaiden weapons like glaive, spear, and one-handed axe, where you just spam the push stab as fast as you can. Maybe the push stab could chain into the first heavy. It would have a downside in requiring a single target stab first, which is similar to how the billhook can only sweep after stabbing. Another possible change would be making the light attacks significantly more penetrative against armor. Freedom to choose which combo to use based on hitboxes and footwork without worrying about losing DPS would allow a very fluid gameplay style with the weapon. Overall, my verdict is that Spear and Shield isn't really viable at the highest difficulties. It doesn't have any true strengths that other handmaiden weapons don't already excel in. Its weaknesses are many, and it only has 2 useful attacks in its entire kit. It struggles to efficiently deal with most enemy types in the game. Thanks for watching, and if you're also in the Winds of Magic beta, maybe I'll see you around in Weave matchmaking or in the later internal tests. Until then, good luck driving the Packsworn out of the Reichland.
Ice in the dark! Trap! The gas! Watch out! Are you
Right here! Give me a...
Chaos Warrior out to get you, MacLeod!
Almost hard, Dory!
Have a care! That's a Chaos Warrior! The winds!
All right, come on then!
A fleeting shadow!
All right, come on! Kill your old trooper! Right out, blow, bother us now! Grumney's magic of what? Fortune here, I can't vouch for the taste.
Bleeding gods.
Well, you look better. No, not better. Lucky Blackfur.
Vulture! Oh, Lord!
Come here. Hey, here, give me a kiss. Right here. Give me a kiss. Bollocks. He's doing the whale. Black man. Weapons up.
Leather boots! That brother's getting closer!
Surprised you can stand with me. Black rat, kill the wagon.
I die. Return me. Ammunition! With the wind! Radiance! Just a scratch.
Help me!
Savage! Isha! Feeding. Gods.
Your eye's dead. Now, it's left here.
By the way!
Sigma holds into battle. They can stop us. Welcome to bloody
I die. Return me to the soil.
You could use some aid now. Oh, yeah, that right.
White
Storm, all right?
storm is near
Don't
me,
waste that
Flies.
advantage.
Teleporter.
The White Storm is dead. By the way! That rot hell might test us, mayflies.
Right now, one of us has to reach that flight store. This is give them hell! Someone to bloody pieces! Come here! Captain! Someone give me a
We'll slay them all. Big way! Rothelm, shoot us! The winds die with their master. Come, Stunner. My disdain alone will fell you.
Got the arm of these Kazaki dooms, just like I told you. Hurry, sir! Stop it, Ranger!
Radiance!
Welcome of all out war! Right here, right now! Again! I can take it! Leave it like that to me!
Radiance!
You're badly wounded, Tricky. Ah, no, you can't. The also black.
He's blood drunk! Feeding. Gods.
You got a lot of shit coming after you. There's an assassin in the mix. Look out, Elf.
Come, feeble ones! I will end you! The eternal dance! Fleeting shadow!
Get your best shot! Someone give me a wheel! Look for that sucker! Is this how you go? Get to the face! You know, yeah, assassin number...
Whoa.
Bugger! I hear the shots, but I can't see that!
Stop it, shadow! With the winds! Ha! One less abomination in the world! The gods are returning and should not be found wanting.
Anything the elves can do,
The eternal dance! But good one seems undefeated!
Yeah, you stay down, creature! Stop that wall! Oh, black flesh!
Luminaire, bring it down! These vermin come with shields, mayflies.
I'm losing my patience!
Trooper, why do you keep breathing that?
God hate
We need to go somewhere else to kill something else? I don't understand.
Saggy! Kill it! Kill it now!
Ha!
Sailors, I shall end thee! Leap prowling! Shake my hands with us! The Chaos Warrior shall fall! Your boy! Come on, try again! On! In the name of Timber! Further down! So easily worn out!
Chaos Warrior, stand ready!
Welcome to bloody
Dark gods or not, the Chaos Warrior has fallen.
Keep that up!
With the winds!
Gotcha! Crook! The gas rat! Kill that!
A fleeting shadow!
Look out! Save them! By the hell then, let's go! Aha! You want another, Fruity? Over here! Easy pickings for you! Only a door! Okay, boy, I'm ready here. Big man in the hammer! Don't feed